doing? I'm just going to make sure that we are on here live. Happy Wednesday, you guys. Happy Wednesday. What are you doing today? Yes, my question is, did you sleep last night? I don't know about you guys, but I had the worst sleep last night. I actually couldn't fall asleep. It took me hours, and I know we're in the full moon and a big lunar eclipse, super blood moon, which is also called the flower moon. So we've got a full moon in Sagittarius. And I don't know, maybe it's because my rising sign is Sagittarius. Maybe I was just feeling a little bit more last night. I don't know. But hey, you guys, we have a full moon release coming to you this evening. I wanted to let you know about it. But anyways, first, the super full moons are, listen, I love full moons, and after yesterday hearing that we can start to come back into groups, I wasn't prepared for us to kind of gather into a full moon circle. I love to do full moon circles. It's really a great way to kind of check back in with your um, goals that you're currently working on and what's working, what's not, and releasing stuff. So the full moon is a great time, to really release, take some reflection of the past month and look at releasing some things that might not be working for you, whether it's in your personal, your professional, your relationships, and really looking at doing that. The new moons are great for creating new goals and new ideas and just a new vision for that time frame, right? So we all have those you know, goals that we have all year round. But the nice thing about the full moons and the new moons is really a check-in time, to really look at what's working. And I know for me, I was off last week, out of town in nature, although I was still working because I, can work from my laptop. I really had some evaluations for myself going forward. And now that some of the world is opening up, as I've been understood and seen, no, I haven't seen the whole report yet. I will go look at that today, just to see what we're allowed to do. But I understand that we can get together in small groups indoors and then, small groups outdoors. So that's a good thing. We're heading in the right direction. So, and it's so interesting because we've all been, kind of individual, really, when you think about everything that's happened in the world, we've been in this individual state. And this full moon is really all about expansion. It's about coming together, collaboration. And so it's interesting that things are starting to open up, and that seems to be the energy that's out there. And I know for me last night, I know there's some stuff that was coming up for me yesterday with everything that's happening in the world. And I think that's probably why I wasn't sleeping very well. But also, it's just the energy of the full moon. As we know, I mean, those of you that might be in different industries that really recognize when a full moon is, like, you look at yourself and go, is it a full moon? Whether you're working in a hospital or, you're working in the field of law, you probably notice the changes in people's energies and in the consciousnesses itself. And so really right now we're going through some major growing pains in the world, and we're doing it as a collective. And for some of us, it's okay. I get that it's been tough, but this is a time to really kind of come together and be on the same page and really focus. And then when I say focus on the positive, you guys, it doesn't mean that I don't get pissed off. It doesn't mean that I don't get frustrated. That's all about the humanness of us. There are things going on in the world, and they're being reflected back to us and asking us to kind of look at, what's worth keeping and what's worth releasing. And that's what we're doing as a collective on the bigger earth plane, right? When you think about the universal consciousness, what we focus on, we find. So even though there's some negatives, if we can shift our focus to more of the conscious, positive, what we want to see in the world, that's what we're going to create. Because the future isn't created yet. We're creating it together as a collective. And so I think it's really important at this time to really kind of come together with like-minded people, positive, uplifting. And it doesn't mean that there isn't some negative in the world, you guys. There doesn't mean that there isn't people fighting the good fight, those are the people that have to fight the good fight. That's what they're here and their purpose is for, and that's okay. But if that's not you, that's okay too. Just kind of, I've said this before, kind of just step out of the way and just witness what's happening in the world. And so, if we focus in on the positive of what we want to see, there are things we have to let go of in this world. There are um, structures that are in place that are finally coming down, and it's supposed to happen. And as we're doing that, we control what's going to be on the end of that. And so what I suggest is you really just kind of take a big step. I've taken a real big step because it's so easy to be triggered right now. And then you're in the full moon energy. We're in this super moon blood lunar eclipse. Holy crap. And now we've got a retrograde coming down the pike here pretty quick too, right? So that affects everybody. So it's really time to come together and share our dreams, our hopes for the future, and even for ourselves personally. So not just us personally. So when I talk about doing a full moon release, which we are doing this evening, so somewhere, wherever you're seeing this video, it could be on my YouTube, it could be on my Instagram or Facebook, wherever you're seeing that, there's going to be a link for tonight's full moon release, and it's completely free, you guys. Normally I charge for full moons, we come together and we're in, community, whatever. But I think at this point in time, it's just about coming together and creating that space and energy for growth and expansion, and to take care of everybody in the world, right? Because everybody's making choices and decisions right now that are best for them. So remember that it's always about um, personal sovereignty. Many of us talk about that these days. Lots of people are talking about it. And it's really about taking that step back and looking at your own life, and then your life beyond your life. So your life, your families, your community, and then the whole world is a conscious. Maybe that's not your thing. Maybe you don't care what happens in the world. That's okay too. But at this point in time, we're going to come together tonight. And tonight I'm going to take you through a full moon meditation. We are going to do some releasing, so you'll need to have paper and pen, something for you to write down, and I'll take you through a guided meditation that's going to show you how to release. And then also I'm going to take you to that place in that universal consciousness where you can tap into your higher self, where you can start to draw the things that you want to inspire. So we're going to release tonight, but I always, when there's a release, again, balance, right? When there's a release, we want to bring and inspire something in. So we are going to work on that tonight. And it's only 60 minutes, you guys. So if it works for you, great, come out. I will record it. So even if you can't make the 5 p.m. and maybe you could do it later, I'll try to get the recording right away to you. So once you're registered, I'll have your email, and don't worry, I'm not going to spam you. It's all good. But really come and really create something with this energy that's going on. And I don't know if some of you follow the Schumann resonance. There's a lot of that too, like the whole universal world and the universe energy and the planets and the galactic are all big energy right now. And so I think it's important that we come together and start to collaborate. So, and also, you may want to do your own ritual, and that's okay too. If you check out this blog that I wrote yesterday, you can find it at my website or on one of my pages. You'll see a link to it anyways. And there's some rituals you can do for yourself, whether it be to, do some crystal, do a moon bath. There's many ways that you can bring in releasing something from what you don't want to take forward in this next month ahead. Because remember, we have a new moon and a full moon. We got quarter moons. We got all sorts of moons throughout the month. My primary focus is really about the full moon release, because I find, as we're moving through life, we're hanging on to things, and we have a tendency as human creatures, nature, we like to hang on to things. It's not easier for us to let go. I mean, look at the world. We're building storage facility units. People are hanging on to things. And so if you can learn to let go of things, you're creating space to allow to bring more into your life. And that's so important. I know, I don't know about you, but do you ever notice sometimes you get this feeling where you just need to clean out a closet or a drawer? That's your higher self speaking to you. It's time to clear the space in order to be able to have expansion, because we really are here creating our reality, and we can change it like that. It just in a heartbeat. It's just a decision. We decide that this is not where we want to be anymore. We want to go into that future life. Who are we going to be moving forward? And simply tonight, you're going to do that. We are going to take you to that future self through this process, and you're going to know exactly who you are in the future, because you're going to design that, and then you're going to just live into that, right? We are what we believe we are. If you believe you can or can't, you're right. If you believe you will or won't, you're right. So if you feel called to come tonight, I would love to have you. And don't worry, next month, now that I know we can gather, there will be a full moon release here in the studio. So look for that. But for the meantime, because I wasn't quite prepped to do that last minute, tonight we're going to do it online. So I'd love for you to come. Please leave me a comment. Let me know if you're attending. If you need the registration link, let me know. Otherwise, you guys have an amazing full moon and enjoy the rest of your day. Yes, don't forget that even though the eclipse was at I think it was 4:19 or 4:13 a.m. this morning, we are in the full moon energy a couple of days before and a couple of days after. So it doesn't matter when you do that. It's the intention that you have. Oh, you know what I was going to do too? I was going to tell you tonight also in the meditation. Maybe some of you have seen I have the new card deck that is the secret language of light. I love this. I've been doing a card every day since I've got this. And you guys, they have such beautiful messages. So I am going to pull a card for this coming month. I'll probably pull a couple of cards for this coming month. And I will read you the outcomes of them, because there's some beautiful messages in here and things you'll be able to do for the month ahead. But yeah, if you haven't seen this, this is by Denise Jarvie, Transmissions from Your Soul. And I love that, Transmissions from Your Soul. Gotta love that. So I will be pulling from the deck tonight as well. And so I hope to see you there. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.